Nexus repository as part of the requirements of this course. I've created a separate repository for our understanding, so you can access this. I'm on my GitHub, so you can come to my GitHub and you can access the project repository of Nexus Learning Repo. The Nexus Learning Repo just is almost an advanced version of the Maven Learning Repo, where some more configurations as far as Nexus is concerned. Now the repo is very basic. We still have the installation setup which we had for Maven. We've added now installation configurations for Nexus. So we have the Maven install. We have the Maven install README file. So this was the README file which we used to install Apache Maven on our Amazon Linux 2 instance. But now this is the shell script which has been customized to install Nexus on a given compute, specifically on EC2. So we are going to be running this shell script in our EC2 instance. Just a very quick one. It requires Apache, just a very quick one. It requires Java 11. Nexus requires Java 11 to be installed. So you do sudo yum install Java 11 correcto-y, and then you add a Nexus user. You add it to the. You add some form of password. You grant it, and then you add the Nexus. You create a Nexus user and add it to the sudoers file. And then after that, you download Nexus using wget command. You extract the Nexus package, and then you create a Nexus service. All of this is for us to create a Nexus service, and then you set and run Nexus as a user with Nexus configuration. This is some form of configuration which you have, and then you have to start the Nexus service using enable and start the Nexus service, and of course you can check the Nexus service. So you can equally search for the official documentation to install Nexus. So you can search for installation documentation for Nexus repository. So there'll be a lot of documentation which you can have. Here's a step-by-step guide, installation upgrades, installation methods. So you can pick up any of these. This is a step-by-step guide to installing Nexus repository manager by Geeks by Geeks. So this is, you see, it contains a set of commands, almost the same set of commands which we are going to be running in our own EC2 instance. So without necessarily doing this, I've customized all of this in this user data which we are going to be using. So this is the main installation guide, and then of course in this same repository we have our Java application code containing all our code files. The Java application code contains all our code files. Now if you come back to this Nexus repository, you get a lot more insight of Nexus. Basically, Apache Maven integrates with Nexus Repository Manager to host and manage artifacts. We established in a previous module that the moment you create artifacts, you store these artifacts. The artifacts might be a war.war or a .jar file. The moment you create this artifacts .war or .jar file, you want to store this artifact in our repository manager. So they say using Maven's distribution management configuration, artifacts, like I said, the artifacts can be a jar file or a WAR file. These artifacts can be deployed to a Nexus repository, and made accessible to other projects or teams. Now, once you create these artifacts and store in Nexus, you can have the artifacts stored in different versions in Nexus for use in your current project, or you can use the artifacts in different projects. Assuming you want to deploy these artifacts in a setup maybe with Ansible, you can reference these artifacts from your Nexus repository to perform the deployment. And for you to configure Nexus, it's pretty straightforward. You set up Nexus configuration in a given pom.xml file. Remember, the pom.xml file is a configuration file which is created, or which Maven uses to set up all its necessary configurations, all its necessary dependencies and plugins and all the like. If you come back to our project repository, this is our Maven project repository. You can always reference the previous video to know more about this repository. But basically, this repository contains our Java application code, and in the Java application code, we have a pom.xml file. This pom.xml file is what we are using to manage all the dependencies and all the libraries necessary for running our Maven project. So if you come to our pom.xml file, you see the properties of this pom.xml file is running on Java 1.8. You see more dependencies you see the dependencies which are actually being used. We have Spring Framework and Spring Boot Starter Web, And then if you come more detail, you now see distribution management, snapshot repository. This is where we are configuring our Nexus repository. So if you are to position or if you are to configure Nexus to make use of these given configurations, you would set up those configurations settings here in your pom.xml file for your Java project. And basically, it's all about you adding a given set of IPs corresponding to your Nexus repository. And of course, you also want to reference a given Nexus repository that was created in your Nexus repository manager. Now back to our repository, basically, like I explained, this is how you configure Nexus in your given pom.xml file, which is a file which will be used when you run the Maven deploy commands. Now this is another XML settings.xml file where you can further configure Nexus snapshots. The moment you've done these basic configurations and you run the Maven deploy Maven deploy will automatically run the deployment in a given environment. So this is the basic architecture of Maven and Nexus integration. We have the developers writing the code, committing the code to a given GitHub repository. Then we access those code through from our Maven server by cloning into our Maven server. And then after cloning, of course, we can run the various Maven commands like Maven validate, Maven compile, Maven test, Maven package, and Maven deploy. Alternatively, we can run Maven deploy, which by default will run all the subsequent commands. And after Maven deploy has created artifact, the artifact can be a WAR or a jar file. After Maven deploy has created this artifact, you can now deploy your artifact in your Nexus repository manager. Now, Maven deploy will automatically push these artifacts to be stored in your Nexus repository. So back into this configuration, we already did this in our previous video. We created our GitHub repository. We are going to be using the same Maven learning repo. And then we also set up Maven server, which we did in our previous module. You want to watch the previous video to understand how to set up Maven. And then the next step, or the step which we are going to be configuring, is just us using or setting up an instance, an EC2 instance, Amazon Linux 2 instance, to install Nexus on that given instance. And then once Nexus is installed, we are now going to move the necessary configurations as far as Nexus is concerned into our given project pom.xml file. And after that modification, we run Maven deploy and see our artifacts being stored in our Nexus repository, of course, in the snapshot repository.